Good morning. Thanks for being here. Um, just to recap on my comments at post game. Obviously, very happy with the win. Unbelievable. Peden Stadium was packed and it was electric. And I thought showed out. And that's just kind of the standard here, which is a great thing. Our guys love playing at home, playing on Frank Solich Field, and the win. You can't say enough about our defense. Unbelievable performance. They've been very consistent throughout the first 4 weeks, and we want to build off that. We can play better, but just on Saturday, their ability to keep the score low kept us in the game. Just basically what I said against the FAU. We were able to, going into the game offensively, we just have a balanced attack. And I think through the midway through the fourth quarter, we were almost 28 passes. Just looking at the data, I have had a chance to watch the film, of course, and see everything, and we were able to stay balanced and not become one-dimensional because the score was low and we never felt out of the game, right? And so the defense just a great performance. I have got to mention, with the similarities of the two teams, style of play, the staff challenged our guys to raise the bar with being the smartest and the most disciplined when the game's on the line. And I believe that we were. Offensively, we keep a stat, a chart, if you will. We call it the 12% rule that Dwayne Dixon brought with him 16 years ago from his time with Steve Spurrier. And it's 5 categories: interceptions, fumbles, drop passes, penalties, and sacks. 5 categories. And you total that number up with those 5 categories, divide it by the total number of plays in the game. And if you're less than 12%, you've got like an 88% chance of winning the football game. It's just something that he brought up all those years ago that we keep track of and show the offensive team each Monday. And looking at the data, we were at 0% in that game. We've never had that before, and I've never heard of it before. I'm sure that's probably happened. I know it has, but I don't know. I can't tell you what team it was and what game it was. I just know my time here since doing that, keeping that 12% chart, we've never been 0. We've been under 3%. We've been low, but we would never been 0. So you take the things that I pointed out, and it was a team win. It was a team win, all 3 phases. From fielding, we want to field out every kick. Okay, we struggled playing at LIU, getting the punts caught. Sun, and Iowa State had a huge advantage with their punter. I mean, he's gone 70 yards before he's flipped field position by booming it, and we were concerned. D'Lo Smith, D'Angelo did a great job of working with those guys a little bit extra this week, getting them out on the field into the sun and giving us our best chance and fielding the ball like we did. Field position was huge, and so it was just, again, an overall team win. Very, very excited. Going with Bowling Green, we're looking forward to having this momentum headed to 2 programs that are very familiar with each other. Scott does a great job. Of course, we played just not that long ago here at Peden, and the winner advanced to Detroit. So we're looking forward to going up on the road. It'll be our first bus trip of the season. I've had two plane rides, and but it's I believe it's Bowling Green's homecoming. Should be a packed house, another hostile environment, which we've had a couple of those already. And hopefully we can put our best foot forward again this Saturday on the road. So with me saying all those things, I'll open up for questions.
Eric Decker with the Afternoon Messenger. Coach, you kind of just mentioned there needing all 3 phases to win. We noticed walking on the field last game that Keegan wasn't going to be available, so just ask if you have any update on his status.
I won't know until this afternoon, but I anticipate Keegan practicing at some point this week. It was nothing that was nothing serious, but I would expect he would be returning this week.
In Crowley with WAB, you mentioned Saturday you kind of needed a second to sit with the win, just to kind of reflect on it. With this past 48 hours, what have you kind of learned, and what kind of have you gained in that time of reflection?
I'm just very proud of how we got the win, and the things that we asked to go on the road against FAU and that we needed to do and establish, and then this week raise the bar with the mental piece of it and the discipline piece of it, and they did it. So we're capable. It was more than a glimpse, right? It's for 4 quarters, and so as a staff, we're very, very proud of the team and the things that we're demanding and asking for. They are bought in and want to be great, and even I would be saying this even if we would have lost the game in a tight game. I would say that I would repeat exactly what I just told you on the team, and but the win. Our fans, our university, our administration, all the hard work, and then for our conference, it's a great win, and I think it will help us momentum wise as we move forward.
Bobby Gorbett with the Post. Bowling Green has had a really strong start to the year defensively. What have you seen from them, and how we kind of try to get the offense off to a good start in MAC play?
Like I said earlier, Scott has been there. We're familiar with each other, the 2 MAC teams, 2 MAC East teams, and I got a chance to watch the TV copy of the game against Michigan, and I'll start with their defense. I think they return 5 or 6 on defense. Really good. The linebacker, the middle linebacker, I think he used to start in Will last year. Really good player. A couple of those D linemen are returners. Number 11, good player. Their offense, I believe they had their starting quarterback that start of the year did not play against Michigan. I think he was at the game dressed out. I'm not sure about that, but the tight end is dynamic now. I mean, he's 44. He is the best in our league, and we're going to have to know where he's at. He's better than the 3 that we saw Iowa State. He's better than 81 with San Diego State. We're going to have to know where he's at. They do a good job with moving him around, and they do a great job with play design for him. I mean, he's a guy for him. They do a really good job building things around him. So, I think, playing on the road in the MAC East, you got to bring your A game. Our league, it's why it's a great league. The records and all those things that are really irrelevant. It's who plays the best that day. And, we're just excited about the opportunity, and hopefully we can get a few guys back, and to your question earlier, and keep moving forward.
Maria Manesi, WEB. Bryce Houston just being named co-MAC East Defensive Player of the Week. Obviously, talk about how important just having a guy like Bryce is on the defensive side.
Thank you for that. And I should have brought that up in my opening comments. That just got released here about 11 o'clock. So very happy for Bryce. And I think you guys heard from me after the game. I can't 15 or 16 tackles. Again, my comments about Bryce and Key and Key and Bryce, our guys, those are the ringleaders. And I couldn't be happy for Bryce. I know that he had a great off season and really made a huge jump in his strength numbers. He's already a strong guy, but he was moving some weight and kept his speed. And I'm just happy for him. And I'm looking forward to patting him on the back this afternoon. I know he'll have that. He got the best smile on the planet.
Just kind of follow up on that. After the game, he was almost surprised with how many tackles he has. Obviously, we kind of knew how good Bryce was, Has he even surprised you guys with just how he's been able to elevate his game this year?
Really, I just we anticipated Bryce being where he's at. To be honest with you, you could just see it. You saw it in spring practice, his preparation. He's taking his game to another level. I think with Jake Miller and his staff, his earning power is his body, and he is just done a phenomenal job in preparation. And I think he's bigger, faster, stronger, and it's showing his production on the field. It's showing.
And I kind of want to ask, especially after kind of the emotional high the last 2 weeks and those wins, what do you guys as a coaching staff have to do to kind of try to avoid a letdown sort of week in terms of preparation heading into this week?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And to be honest with you, I think I referenced it after the game, but our leadership, our experienced guys, they're going to have to do a good job this week. Our staff's going to be, we're going to be, I don't know, we're going to be observing the guys, because you got to guard against after a big win, a letdown. Let's come out and say it, right? And so I don't have the perfect formula. I trust our older guys in the team. I trust the staff to have a feel for that. And you can't win a championship in September. You can't, right? And it's our non-conference schedule is over, and we start a new season, and we are 0-0, and that's what I'm going to tell them today. We're going on the road in the MAC East, and we're gonna challenge them to play better than we did last Saturday because of all those things, and I'm hoping that we're able to get that done.
Just kind of taking a step back a little bit, just overall weekend for the MAC. It was a successful weekend. Obviously, Miami taking down another Big 12 opponent. Just
Yes.
What does a weekend like this do for this conference, and how successful they were this weekend?
I think our commissioner has got to be ecstatic. I did get a text from John, which I greatly appreciated. But I think it's great. We got a great brand. It's great for our players' platform. It helps them all. And with the opportunities that are out there now with NIL, it's just a positive. And I hope it continues. The non-conference schedule in our conference is difficult. You look at Bowling Green's. Their data and their stats are what they are. You got to know what you're looking at because it's who you're playing, and those things by the end of the season, the stats and stuff, they level out. But you're coming through this non-conference schedule, and you get a couple of wins like that. It's great exposure, and I just think it helps all of our teams.
And just an observation from the game, Curtis obviously using his legs a lot more than we've seen him in games past. How important is that for extending drives, and important just for him to feel comfortable enough to do those things out on the field?
Well, he's played 2 complete games, since the injury, and I thought showed an enormous amount of grit and toughness. We worked hard in preparation for Iowa State on him moving around. We knew that we wanted to be balanced with just the play calling piece of it. The first half in particular, he kept drives alive with his legs, creating. Has eyes downfield. They're in a drop 8 look, I believe, on at least 2 of those, and a lot of guys back in coverage. And he took off and was able to advance the chains, which was huge. And I'm going to say this, Iowa State guy took off a couple times, and we were able to rally up and tackle him where he was short on some first downs, and Curtis was able to move the chains. But we worked hard on that in practice. In our 7-on-7 drill, clock period, we designed Curtis having to scramble. We knew it would come up with their pass rush and things like that. And you don't plan for it, but we definitely worked it, and it came up. It was very big and beneficial in our game.
One last one for you, Coach. This one's kind of a little off the wall, but bringing Alvin Floyd back, obviously, spending time with the program, I believe 6 years with the program, and then having him back as a coach. Just what was that process like, and what has he brought to this team?
Director Cromer created a spot, another position in the weight room for not only football but other sports. Alvin, but they went through a very interview process, qualified candidates, and Coach Miller has done a phenomenal job with our team. You just look in the O line and D line. These first 4 games, our conditioning and Director Cromer and the investment that she's made with our staff in that area, it is shown on the field. All right, and I mean, we pushed FAU around, and that game was won in the O line and D line. All right, and Alvin in particular, he's obviously a great player for us, former team captain, brings ton of energy. But Coach Miller has a plan, and what Coach Floyd can do for us, in his area expertise. And he's a young up and comer. He's a rising star in the profession. I would suspect he won't be here probably long, to be honest with you. That's what we think of him as far as the job he's doing. And he knows Ohio football, right? The guys know him. He's done a great job of the separation from now. He's coach to player. Done a good job with that, and we're excited to have him.